Up? Happy holidays. It's Kevin and E again with real life reviews. And as you guys always knows, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, they and them, it's us, the real guys. We're back on it
What's going on,
again.
everybody? What's going on?
Man, yo, it's the holidays, so we got to start off the month right. We're gonna start off with a new holiday classic, or
Yeah.
maybe just a movie you watch one time and say, forget about it. We're going to start off this month with Candy Cane Lane with Eddie Murphy
Yeah.
and what's the other person
Who
name?
else we got in here? Tracy Ellis Ross.
Up dope.
We also have. I'm just jumping around. Thaddeus Mixon, Julian Bell,
Huh?
Ken Leno,
Yep.
Trevante Rhodes,
Yep.
uh, Nick Offerman,
Yep.
um, David Allen Greer. Yeah.
Yep. Love that. Love that. Love that. I love David Alligator, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So the cast was pretty stacked, I would say.
Yeah, the
Uh,
cast was definitely stacked, man. Definitely stacked. Also, the young man who played the son of Eddie Murphy in the movie, he played in Creed 3 recently of this year. So I don't remember the
okay.
character he played, but I remember he was in Creed 3. But yeah, definitely stacked cast. This is also the movie was directed by who the director is?
Yeah. The movie was directed by Reggie Hudlin. Who actually has a pretty great track record. He directed some favorites, House Party, Boomerang. He was an executive producer for Bebe's Kids. Let me see. I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but he directed Marshall with the great late Chadwick Boseman. Uh,
Yep.
Safety, Sydney, and then Candy Cane Lane. I skipped over some, but
Hey,
those are
no, you got a rich history, man. You named some heavy hitters right there. House Party,
yeah,
instant classic. You're talking about Boomerang, another instant classic. This happens to be the second movie that he's directed with Eddie Murphy.
yeah,
It's kind of cool to see it's come like kind of like full circle, almost 30 years later. Now this is actually Eddie Murphy's first Christmas movie, which is crazy to say or think about. I mean, he's done a lot of movies during the winter. I think Trading Places was during the winter time, and of
hmm
course, Coming to America was during the winter time. But he's never done a Christmas movie, so this is the
yeah,
first one, man. So I give you guys and ladies and them and they and them a rundown real quick. This episode of this movie happened to be about a guy who's down on his luck. Just their street does this big Christmas extravaganza,
hmm
and they're trying to put lights. They're trying to win $100,000 for this event where everybody gets really massive decorations outside their house.
hmm
Um, Eddie Murphy's character comes across a evil elf who's all about making people naughty, and he strikes a deal with them and signs a contract that he's not supposed to sign, basically.
yeah,
And now he's trying to, before 8 o'clock on Christmas Eve, he's trying to ensure that he does not turn into a miniature glass fixture that is in the movie.
yeah.
Then like a
Yeah.
rundown, bro. What do you
Yeah, that's the gist of it basically. I, uh,
think?
I took some notes when I was watching the movie of like little jokes here and there that I caught. Um, so yeah, I'm kind of interested to get into that discussion.
Go ahead, bro. Let's do it, man. This is what we're here for.
But yeah, like Kev said, he gave the rundown of the film. Um, I just want to add, again about the cast. I feel like Tracy Ellis Ross, is like the perfect like casting pick for a wife or mom like in any film. I feel like she like just kills it. She's in
Right.
Black, of course. She worked really well with Anthony Anderson. She had really good chemistry. Very
Yeah.
like she gives off like those like mom vibes. So I think that's really cool.
I
and
mean, I also gotta say, man, their chemistry together with her and Eddie
yeah,
was like amazing. Like it was really cool to see that you really felt like they were in a relationship, like they've been together for years, and
yeah,
this was established. I was actually watching a few interviews building up to watching the movie, on Prime. A few of their interviews they actually said they never met before prior to this movie. This is the
Mhm.
first time they ever met during making this movie, and the first movie they ever been in together, obviously.
Yeah,
And it was just kind of cool to see that they were able to build this chemistry that made it very believable for the role. I gotta say, honestly, man, for me, that was probably the most enjoyable part of the movie with Eddie Murphy, and Tracy Ellis Ross being her, and
yeah,
the passion, and just really making the movie have. They kind of made the movie have heart, honestly,
yeah,
for me, right?
yeah.
Go ahead with the jokes you were trying to say, man.
Oh, yeah. So one thing I did notice, I don't know if will catch me slack for this or not, but it kind of gave off like a Cosby-ish vibe, kind of the family.
You think so?
Yeah,
Cosby vibe. I mean, okay, ladies and gentlemen, he's talking about the Cosby show. That
Cosby family. Yeah, yeah,
so Cosby Family Show. We're talking about the Huxtables. They're not talking about
yeah.
you know. Let's
Not
take
pale.
away Bill Cosby for a moment. Let's talk about the show about the Huxtables.
Yeah, yeah. Not Bill Cosby. We're talking about the family. uh, but yeah, like the dynamic that they had, the son is kind of, he's intelligent but kind of aloof.
Okay.
Um, and then you have the daughter who is doing well at school, um, going to college, and then going to a place or wants to go to a place that her dad does not agree with. He wants her to go to USC. She wants to go to Notre Dame. I'm kind of jumping ahead, but she's an athlete. And then he has a younger daughter, which kind of has like the most
Oh,
sense out of all of them. She's the most down to earth.
like Rudy.
Yeah, the
Okay,
most cool headed. Yeah,
got you, got you. You know what, man? Now you say that, it kind of does give you that Huxtable family feel, like that
yeah,
architect family for what now happens to be now like most modern black families in sitcom, right?
hmm,
Blackish kind of still have the same type of like background feel like a Huxtable family
yeah,
dynamic for a black family that seems to be successful, right?
yeah,
Um, let's be real here. Eddie Murphy and his family are not in this show. In this movie, is not in a downtrodden area. They're in a middle class area in
yeah,
California. It's very nice. The whole block is decorated like a Candy Cane Lane
yeah,
idea. Everybody is participating in this. Everyone puts massive amount of money into decorating for Christmas.
yeah,
So it was definitely super cool to see. But I get what you're saying, man. I didn't think about that.
yeah,
You gotta dive into that sometime.
yeah,
You know what? We actually gotta dive into the thought of like I don't want to go too off the tangent here, but we gotta talk about it one day, like even on another segment about like why is that now the architect or the archetype for every single sitcom for a black family at this point in time, where we see this dynamic, right? But
mhm,
let's get off the tangent. Let's go back to the movie. Was it
yeah, yeah. So yeah, like you said, he's down on his luck. Got fired from his job, um, and he's trying to, I guess, like redeem himself. And then, he finds out that he's going to win a grand prize of $100,000. We find out that's not exactly true a little bit later, but wins 100K. So he goes to the shop, buys up like these really fancy, over the top decorations. I didn't even see how much he paid for it because we know it was expensive.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, that's basically what happened, and then stuff starts to fall apart. But some of the jokes that I noticed, what and this is like while they're about to go out and like shop for decorations or whatever. Um, he had his son with him, and he was talking to him about his grades and like keeping up in school. And
I know what you're gonna say.
yeah, yeah. And he said, his son was saying, I don't want to let grades define me. And I thought about, again, two things from the Cosby Show. Um, I think in the first season, I want to say it was Denise's boyfriend that came
Mm,
over. And he, said he didn't want to let grades define him. And then the famous episode where, Cliff was talking to Theo. Um, and he was telling him telling his dad hey, like I want to do this, I don't think I want to go to college, I don't feel like grades are important, and he says that's one of the dumbest things I ever heard. Everybody knows that little clip that I'm talking about. But yeah, I kind of caught that. And then when they're shopping for decorations, they're going through different stores. I think they went to Walmart, Costco, and Target. Uh,
They did Walmart, Costco, and Target, and
yeah,
then Target had the had already had Valentine's Day stuff up,
yeah.
and he's
Target
like,
was ahead
Valentine's
again.
Day, really already? And yo,
Yeah.
what's funny is I was just at Target yesterday, and they do have Valentine's stuff up already.
But the thing that caught me, I've never been into Costco, but I hate Walmart. Because I just think it's dirty. I think it's ghetto. And in that shot, you see people fighting in Walmart. So it's like, like it kind of goes like hand in hand. But anyway,
Yeah. That's funny, bro. That's actually I didn't think about that. You're right. They were actually scrapping in Walmart.
yeah,
Another thing that I thought was funny was like how the son said he wanted to do music. He's like, I want to be a music guy. And he's like, son, you play the tuba. He's like, I've never heard anyone, say now introducing on tuba
yeah,
somebody. It's
yeah,
like when I
yeah,
heard that, I started dying. I was like, he's absolutely right. I've never heard anybody be famous for the tuba,
yeah.
right? But um, yeah, man, I gotta say about the movie though, right? I really, really, really want to love this movie. And why did I want to love this movie? Because I love Eddie Murphy, right? Eddie Murphy's one of my favorite actors of all time, right?
Mhm.
And but the movie to me in some areas felt very disconjointed, right? With the plot. It, you know, it just went all over the place. Like I didn't quite understand why she was evil and that whole dynamic with Pepper, the elf. But it also, it has the same feel for every Christmas movie you're looking for, right? It has the tropes you were looking for, right? So to speak. Like man has trouble panic before Christmas. Okay. He gets fired from his job before Christmas. Now he's in the panic for money.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Let's throw that in here. Let's throw some other thing. Risk in here. Let's throw this in here. Let's throw this in here. They kind of threw in all like the cliches for Christmas movies, right?
Hmm.
But the heart of the movie for me was honestly the relationship between Eddie Murphy and his wife, right?
Yeah.
I remember my wife, we were watching the movie Leslie, and we were watching it, and she was like, I'm so glad that when he got fired from his job that he actually told his wife within that after like the next scene that he got fired
Yeah.
versus holding it on to the entire movie trying to keep it a secret, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's right. I'm so glad that they did that part right. But everything else, bro, to me, it just didn't fit. You know what I'm saying? It was like it was almost there. It had the pieces there, but it just didn't fit. It was like a puzzle, right? You got all the pieces there, but they just don't fit.
Yeah. Um, I was gonna say, adding to that, it was kind of long too. It was 2 hours, which I don't know too many Christmas movies that are that long. Usually like around an hour and a half, hour 40, something like that.
I gotta agree with that. There's not a lot of classic movies or great movies that come to mind.
Yeah.
Christmas like that's more than 2 hours or a 2 hour movie.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Um, I did like the movie. I thought it was solid. I think that the greatest thing or the best thing about it was really just the cast, just like the dynamic and the synergy that they had.
I
Um,
agree.
it didn't seem like any of the lines, like or any of the jokes, were forced. Um,
Right.
the plot, I liked it, but I could have swore like there's another movie that had like a similar plot, another Christmas movie. Can't think of it right now.
They all do. Like,
Yeah,
bro, I mean, if you think about it, every Christmas movie has this kind of similar plot
yeah,
type thing happening. You even go right back, way back to National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. You get pieces of that in there, right? The dad is waiting for this big check
hmm,
for the Christmas bonus, and he wants to do all this with the Christmas bonus, and then it goes flat, right? And
yeah,
it kind of gives you that same type of like architect. You get what I'm trying to say? So,
yeah.
but I
Well,
agree with you, man. I 100% agree with you what you're saying about like the actors, the people in the movie made the heart of the movie. And really wanted to love the movie. I just left away liking it, right?
yeah.
I just that's the most that was probably the hardest part for me because I saw the trailer like six
Yeah,
months ago. I was like, this is gonna be phenomenal. It's hilarious. Eddie Murphy, right?
yeah,
And it just wasn't phenomenal. It was good. It was okay. It was I like it,
yeah,
but will I watch it again next year? I don't know. It's a good.
yeah,
That's a big. I liked it better than Coming to America too,
yeah, yeah. That's for sure.
but
um, good is enough. Good is enough. But when I was talking about the plot, I was talking more specifically about him being changed into like a figurine. I thought that came from somewhere else,
I feel
but
like
that's
that
not important.
too.
Yeah,
I feel like that did too. Like, was it life size? No, no, that was not. It was a reverse.
I don't know. I mean,
I,
you're right. Like they pulled from like a number of different Christmas movies. So like it. I mean,
it, it
how many
wasn't original.
movies can
It
you make?
wasn't original.
Huh?
It wasn't original. But
Yeah,
again, I don't. I'm not mad at that for Christmas, right? I expect my Christmas movies to be a certain way,
yeah,
and that's what I expect it to be. And every now and then you get get a movie that surprises you, and if it
yeah.
doesn't, you walk away liking it. But yeah, bro.
But
Um,
it's not on the level of Home Alone or the Christmas Story or
right.
the
It's
Santa
not.
Claus. Yeah,
It's on the level of Santa Claus, the Santa Claus 3. It's on that level, right? It's not something that you're going to walk away from me like this the best movie
yeah.
I've seen in years for Christmas. It just was likable. That's it, right?
Claus
Uh,
3, you sure?
huh?
Santa Claus 3, you sure?
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, that wasn't that great either. Like, it was likable, but you walked away from it like, will I
Yeah,
watch it again? Like the
yeah,
Santa Claus 2, right? I liked
yeah.
it. Will I watch it again?
It's not
Every
the
now
old.
and then, right?
Yeah,
Or I can even say Richie Rich's Christmas Wish. Like, that's one a deep cut not everybody's seen. I mean, I liked it as a kid, but
yeah,
will I watch it as an adult?
yeah,
It's not like Jingle. For me, one of my favorite all time Christmas movies outside of like the one you just named was Jingle All the Way with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right? I watch that movie
yeah,
every year. Right? That's
yeah.
just my movie. Uh, but again,
No, I'm feeling you.
yeah. So man, let's move on, man. Let's see what the critics have to say about this movie.
Yeah.
Uh, let's be real, y'all. This is on the Prime. You can watch this on Prime via Prime TV or Prime, Amazon Prime. So basically, there is no Fandango and there is not an IGN rate or review on this. So we're going to IMDb rating. It has a 5.7 out of 10. You got the rest, E.
Rotten Tomatoes, 45%. Uh, Amazon, 3.7 out of 5, which that's not bad. 3.7 out
Not
of
bad.
5.
Out of 5, not bad at
Um,
all.
and then Metacritic is 47%. These are actually lower than I thought they would have been. Um, yeah,
I gotta disagree. Why I'm disagreeing because people like Eddie Murphy is known for being the funny guy. He's had this meteoric rise in the 80s and 90s, and he's known. And then we had this resurgence happen in the last 5 years with Eddie
hmm,
Murphy. So I feel like a lot of people have him on such a high standard
hmm,
of movie because when he bombs, right? Like people think Pluto Nash, they think of
yeah,
other movies he bombs, right? And they hold that to him. So that's why I think that it has these ratings. If it was someone else in the role, not Eddie Murphy, I
yeah,
probably think the ratings would be somewhat higher.
yeah. He carried the movie.
He definitely did. He was the best part. Him and Tracy Ross to me were the best part of the movie. They were hilarious, and then the surprise appearance of David Allen Greer,
Hmm.
top notch, man. I'm loving this. I'm loving the season right now, man. I'm seeing so many different Black Santas come out this year. It's crazy. Like David Allen Greer played Black Santa. Little Ray played a Black Santa, and I can't think of his name right now, but he played Lethal Weapon. Uh,
Yeah,
what's his name? Remember his name, bro? Lethal Weapon.
Danny
Black
Glover.
guy. Yep.
Danny Glover. Yeah.
Danny Glover playing the Black Santa on a show on Disney Plus right now too. So
Okay.
loving that, right? We don't see Black Santa often, so see Black Santa,
Yeah.
it's dope. Oh man, and the funny dude from Wild 'N Out, he did great. I thought he was hilarious in this.
Yeah. Yeah. He was good. Also, I don't know if you've watched the show, but a black lady comedy sketch show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Amber Thede was the other figurine, the one that was one of the figures.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
that,
her.
that's dope. And the guy who was on Saturday Night Live for several years with Keenan.
Yeah.
He played the one dude, which was hilarious.
Yeah. Nick
Um,
Offerman. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say, not to cut you off. We were talking about the Black Santa. I didn't like his beard. You
what,
could tell.
man?
You could tell like it was really like it was fake. It was so bad. It was almost as bad as like the Tyler Perry
Man,
wigs.
no, bro, not the Tyler
Dude,
Perry wigs, bro. You can't say that, bro.
if you go back and watch it, you can see like
It ain't that
it's
bad,
like
bro.
it's
Tyler
straight
Perry really
on.
put like wool on people's heads and said as a wig, bro.
That
They
beard.
really had horsehair on their head, bro. And nah, it ain't that bad, bro. It wasn't the best Tyler Perry wigs, bro. I'm not gonna do
The
that.
beard looked taped on, man. It didn't look fresh or nothing.
Okay, well,
Yeah, we'll leave that.
we'll agree to disagree on this one, bro. He's the Tyler Perry wig. What? All right, man.
Yeah,
Hey, y'all know what it is. It's my favorite time of every episode. It's the real guys rate. Let's go. All right, starting first as always, my man E. What do you got for
yeah,
me out of the reels? So remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is 1 out of 10 reels
yeah. So clearly, from looking at both of our ratings, we rated it much higher than the critics.
for sure.
Yeah. So pacing, I gave it an 8 out of 10. It wasn't difficult to follow the story. I feel like everything meshed pretty well. You know, some things may have been a little bit lackluster, but I feel like the pacing was good. Nothing felt rushed,
Mhm.
or didn't feel like they were trying too hard with anything. The cast I thought was definitely above average. I like every person that they had in the movie, and I've watched all of their other works that they've done. So 8.5 out of 10. Cinematography was 7. It was good enough. It wasn't anything really spectacular, but passing. So 7 out of 10. Storyline, I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Mhm.
Kind of like you said earlier, you kind of pulled, or they kind of pulled from, a number of different, Christmas movies, and it's like, how many times can you make a Christmas movie? You're gonna end up recycling the same stuff at some point. Um,
Yeah,
but
I'm okay with that. I love Christmas. I'm down for that.
yeah,
Recycle them, ladies and gentlemen. If you have a Christmas movie idea and it can be made into a script, recycle it. Why? Because I watch it.
yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, 7 out of 10. It was good enough. Um, Overall, averaged out to 7.6 out of 10. So average but passing, kind of like C plus. So yeah,
Hey, man, that's a better rate than we gave Miss Marvel. Oh, the
yeah,
Marvels, not bad. The Marvels, y'all.
that's true.
All right. So for me, pacing was a 7. Pacing was good enough. It was average, right? Like E said earlier, it was pretty long for a Christmas movie, 2 hours.
Mhm.
How long can you draw this plot line out, right? 8.5 out of 10 reels for me for casting because I love everyone in the cast. I thought they did great. I think they did a great job. They did the best they could with what they were given. They made the roles very believable. Yeah, that's what I have to say for that. Cinematography, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 reels. I thought the cinematography was done good, but not great. Special
Mhm.
effects were really good in some areas, and sometimes we're like, yeah, that was okay,
Yeah, hit or miss.
hit or miss. But again, it's on prime. Storyline 6.5 out of 10 reels for me. Again, I felt like the storyline was kind of disconjointed in a way. It was like a amalgamation of movies put together and made into a movie starring Eddie Murphy and Ellis Ross. Here we go, y'all. And
Mhm.
that's what I felt like it was. But Overall, I gave it a 7 point. I gave it a 7.3 out of 10 reels. Why? Because I like the movie. Right? Will I
Yeah.
watch it again next year? Not going to tell you yes, but ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, they and them, if you like Eddie Murphy, if you like Tracy Ellis Ross, if you like Little Ray, not Little Ray, Little Ray's not in this, right? If you like David Allen Greer, if you like any of these actors, or if you like anyone from Wild 'N Out, if you like anyone from Saturday Night Live, give it
Yeah.
a shot, give it a try. If you like anybody from the OG from a show most people don't even know anymore, In Living Color, you will potentially like this movie because it has people we like and love as comedians.
Yeah.
But will I? Okay, question of the day: do you recommend this movie?
I do. I do. I feel like it was a good time. If you just want to, you know, watch a Christmas movie on a snowy night, trying to stay warm, cuddled up, with your significant other, your family. Yeah, go ahead and watch it. It's a good time. I feel like it hit all the spots that it was supposed to for Christmas movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I would recommend it. Definitely.
I would also recommend it, but again, guys, you're talking to the person who watches Hallmark all November and December. It does not take much to please me with Christmas. Okay, so
Is it better than a
I
Hallmark Christmas movie?
is it better than a Hallmark Christmas movie? Yes, because there's Eddie Murphy in it.
Okay.
That's why it's better. Honestly, I love Hallmark Christmas movies, Rob, because they're so cliche. It's love, it's happiness. It gives you
Mhm.
all the Christmas feels you want. Oh, I felt my true love on Christmas Day. I love that, man. That's for me, right?
Yeah.
But it had Eddie Murphy's in there, man. I love Eddie Murphy, so because I love Eddie Murphy. I mean, I own both of his stand up comedies on DVD, bro. I gotta go with Eddie Murphy over Hallmark,
Mhm.
unfortunately for me. But hey, man, I recommend it. I was giving y'all disclosure. It doesn't take a lot for me for Christmas. but
Yeah. 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 No
man,
Christmas movie is gonna win an Oscar. It's just entertainment.
that's true. That's true.
It's here
That's
for fun.
true.
But yeah. Anyway.
I agree with that, bro. Well, hey, man, I think that's it for this one, man. This was a good movie. Watch it, enjoy it, take a chance, and remember, it's not more than a Christmas movie, right? So just don't go in there expecting your socks to be blown by the performance or the plot or the storyline. Just take it for what it is and just enjoy the moment, right?
Yeah.
It's about a family. It's about a loving relationship. It's about trying to make things happen during Christmas, right? It has all the magic you want from a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Just take it for that. Don't critique it too much and just leave right there, right?
Yeah.
That's what I got to say about it. Anything else we want to say, E?
No, I agree with you 100%. You'll get some good laughs. You'll have a good time. Yeah, go ahead and watch it. Before we end, well, no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Go, bro. You got it.
No, I was going to say, usually we put this at the end, but I would say, to like and subscribe, to our YouTube channel, um, the real life reviews. You can also check us out on Instagram at the real life, the two underscores real REEL two underscores life on Instagram. Yeah, we're gonna keep making more content, for you guys, putting stuff out. So just show some love, show some support. Yeah,
We hear from you. If you got recommendations for movies, let us know also.
yeah,
We love watching movies. This is what it's about. This is a passion project for me and E. So we just want to share that with you all. Also, I think the next movie we're going to do is Silent Night. Is that it called?
yeah. Silent night.
Yep. We're going to do that next. But let's get ready for that. And hey, we all love you guys. We appreciate you, all that you do, all your support, everything else. So as we part, as the real guys always say, life is a movie. Enjoy it while you're here.
That's right. Peace out.